Part 1. Prescribe your success. Chapter 1. What does success mean to you? The secret to success. Is there a secret to success? Not particularly. If anything, if it is a secret, it's an open secret. Unfortunately, in our busy lives, this open secret gets overlooked. This secret isn't hidden, known only by a special few who got lucky or who are privileged. It's a secret available to everyone. It just gets missed in the busyness of our everyday lives. We can't see the trees from the forest. We can't see the cause from the effect. But here's the secret most people don't know. Note it down, memorize it. Do whatever you need to remember it because it has the potential to change your life from this moment on. The secret to success reveals itself when you ask the right questions. Life leaders know this. They know their success depends on their ability to ask the right questions. The game of life. We will discuss the right questions to ask soon. But before we do, it's important to note that the process, not the result, is where your success and prosperity will be found. Perfection, as they say, is in the process. That's why knowing the rules of the game you're playing are so important. They help you get to where you want to go. When you focus on the process, the how, the results you're after will take care of themselves. When you focus only on the outcome, the result, it's easy to forget the process of how to achieve that outcome. Of course, it's important not to lose sight of the intended goal. Your goal keeps you orientated, heading in the right direction. But one eye should also be kept on the mechanics of getting things done. On the football field, the team that succumbs to scoreboard pressure can lose sight of what it needs to do to win. The team structure starts to unravel. The players forget the basics of how to defend and attack. Teamwork gets subjugated for individual glory, and invariably the team gets overrun by the opposition and loses. The team that doesn't lose focus on its structure and processes, however much pressure they find themselves under, usually win more games than they lose and rise to the top of the league table. When they get the fundamentals right, when they get the basics of the game right, success invariably looks after itself. The same principles hold true with your personal brand of success. In fact, the game of success and prosperity is called the game of life. It is a wonderful game of giving and receiving, and it has rules by which you must abide if you wish to play the game. But it also has penalties for not following the rules, which usually begin with a capital F and ends in alia. Take, for instance, the universe in which we live. It has set laws of physics, such as the law of gravity and the first law of energy. The first law of energy states that all energy in the universe is a constant, that energy cannot be made or destroyed, only changed in form. Without these universal laws, physical life as we know it probably wouldn't exist. Other minor rules also exist for what we can and cannot do. Traffic rules, for example, keep traffic in one direction to one side of the road and limited to a certain speed. Board games, card games, and other games have rules by which the game can be played. Just as the universal laws provide the framework in which physical life can flourish, game rules provide the terms of engagement in which the games we play can proceed. Similarly, the game of life has a set of rules by which your personal brand of success can be achieved. There are rules of engagement. There are set processes. Follow these rules, follow these processes, and the game of life can be won. Success and prosperity can be yours. If not, disorder will set in. Failure will be the norm. Rules of the game. In presenting you with these rules, keep in mind that they should be treated as adaptable, personalized guidelines and not rigid bureaucratic processes. If you are a student of life, you will recognize these rules and advice. I haven't invented something revolutionary. Just as scientists describe patterns in the way the universe works with mathematical formulas, I've observed the pattern in how life works and put a formula to it. The rules of the game of life are, in fact, rather easy. Anybody can use them to achieve their own personal brand of success. The rules are tools to apply to your own life situation and adapt accordingly. It's not rocket science, but these rules will help you get beyond the stratosphere to your stars. Here, then, is the open secret. The rules to which you can play the game of life and be a success in whatever you commit to. The 3 golden rules. Rule 1, define who you are. Rule 2, determine what you want. And Rule 3, design how to achieve it. There is a 4th silent rule, rule number 4, deliver it. This rule simply says that you need to take action on the first 3 rules of defining, determining, and designing. You need to do what you say you will do. You need to put your plans into action. You need to maintain the habit of doing in order to deliver the success you want. These 3 golden rules are the keys to opening the door to life quadrant number 1 on the Empowered Living Index, the quadrant of life leadership mastery. Rule number 1 reconnects you with your ideal persona. Rule number 2 realigns you with your life purpose. Rule number 3 rejuvenates your inner power. They basically follow the adage, you've got to be before you can do, and you've got to do before you can have. Be first, do second, have third. That's the sequence of success, and this is how the process works. Defining who you are unlocks the best vision and the biggest version of yourself, your ideal you. Determining what you want maps the pathway of your journey from where you are now to where you want to be, your vision process. Designing how you achieve it results in the materialization of your intent, the manifestation of your personal brand of success. Later, we will discuss the 3 golden rules in terms of developing your 4 life leadership skills. Life skill number 1, who, life skill number 2, why, life skill number 3, what, and life skill number 4, how. For now, the rules of the game of life can be represented like this. Figure 3, rules of the game of life, define, determine, design. Delving deeper, we can identify a few more points of detail at the intersection where these 3 rules bridge and overlap. These are the 3 life leadership axes. I am, I will, I can. As seen in figure 4, life leadership axes. I am, I will, I can. Number 1 axis, I am. The first overlap is where rule number 1, define who you are, bridges with rule number 2, determine what you want, where your ideal persona merges with your visualization. Here you develop a deep understanding of your essential beingness, your I am axis. This you do on 3 tiers of life leadership, which, along with the life leadership practices, will be discussed in greater depth in the following chapters. Tier 1, the character of your I am. Tier 2, the values of your I am. Tier 3, the state of being of your I am. The importance of this is the development of your character, values, and being in alignment with your ideal persona, not what somebody else has told you who you should be. Anything other than being yourself won't get the results you're after. It's critical, therefore, to get absolute clarity on the ideal person you wish to become. You don't need to get too complicated here. Your idea of your ideal self, the self you want to grow into, can be as simple as 3 character strengths you admire, 3 values you believe in, and 3 states of being you wish to embody. The simpler you know your ideal self, the easier it is to express it. Number 2 axis, I will. Your I am is your first reference point in your life leadership journey. It leads to the next reference point, the second overlap, where rule 2, determine what you want, bridges with rule 3, design how to achieve it, where your visualization merges with your manifestation. Here you develop a deep understanding of your inner drive and intention, what I call your I will axis. As with your I am, you do this on 3 tiers of life leadership. Tier 1, identifying your thing and finding your niche. Tier 2, retaining alignment of your vision, values, and life purpose. And Tier 3, harnessing abundance with the attitudes of abundant living. Without clarity of who you are, you cannot get clarity of what you intend to do. That's why your I am precedes your I will. Defining who you are with clarity allows you to clearly visualize and determine what you want to do. Number 3 axis, I can. Likewise, having clarity of purpose leads to clarity of how to do it. When you are clear on what you want to achieve, you get clearer on how you can go about it. Your second reference point, your I will, therefore precedes your third reference point, your I can, which is found at the overlap where rule 3, design how to achieve it, bridges with rule number 1, define who you are, where your manifestation merges with your ideal persona. Here you develop a deep understanding of your own innate power. As with your I am and I will, you do this on 3 tiers of life leadership. Tier 1, identifying self-limiting beliefs and establishing empowering beliefs. Tier 2, transcending your awareness to new levels. And Tier 3, overcoming fears and establishing empowering behaviors. Integral to experiencing your innate power is the understanding that thoughts precede emotions and actions. How you think is how you feel is how you behave. And so to establish positive emotion and behavior patterns, you first need to establish positive thought patterns. Self-limiting beliefs lead to self-limiting attitudes and self-sabotaging behaviors. Empowered beliefs lead to self-determining attitudes and self-empowering behaviors. Those who have achieved life leadership mastery have mastered control of how they think, feel, and behave. The diamond triangle. For centuries, scientists have striven to develop the ultimate mechanical system, a self-perpetuating process that once set into motion requires no further input of energy to keep it operating. The ideal is to create a system that can keep going forever, like a clock that never stops. Unfortunately, such a system has yet to be developed. External forces like gravity, magnetism, and friction sap energy and disrupt any efforts to build this ideal system. Additional energy is always required to replenish the depleted energy and keep it moving, which is why clocks need batteries and watches need winding. The three axis points of I am, I will, I can triangulate with one another in an enclosed system that is close to self-perpetuating as any system that has been created to date. Once you have created your own personal system using the three golden rules and put it into motion, all that's required is to input a little energy to keep the system moving. You need to keep your eye on the ball and not let the system slowly run out of energy. That's your job, but once the system is running smoothly, it will provide you with the means to ascend the levels of life leadership, like an escalator taking you up the levels of a department store. I call this self-perpetuating system the diamond triangle, as seen in Figure 5, the diamond triangle self-perpetuating system. In nature, diamonds are crystallized forms of pure carbon that have been created by intense pressure in the mantle of the earth. The word diamond is derived from the Greek word adamas, which means unbreakable and untamed. The three golden rules form the three sides of the diamond triangle, within which are housed your three axis points of being, intent, and power. I am, I will, I can. When each rule is linked by a thread of purpose, a definitive aim, their power is intensified. Your purpose is your reason for being who you are, doing what you do, and how you do it. Like a magnifying glass focusing rays of sunlight, each rule focuses the aim of your purpose toward a focal point in the center of the triangle. But because the diamond triangle is synergistic, its effect is greater than the sum of its parts, or in this case, its rules. So when these rules align, this synergy crystallizes in the center of the triangle as a precious gem, a diamond, your personal brand of success. This, then, is the diamond triangle, as seen in Figure 6, the diamond triangle, design, determine, define. Each rule of defining yourself, determining what you want, and designing how to achieve it can be used independently of each other and moderate success attained. But it's when they are used in synergy with each other that your full potential is realized. Your purpose is integral to that. It strengthens your commitment and dedication to your success, and when combined with action, you have the power to turn your failures into victories and to manifest your personal brand of success. The diamond triangle is how you reach life leadership mastery. The 4 tenets of success. Success can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but for completeness, your definition of success must incorporate its dualistic nature. Your success is both being and doing, both active and passive, both inner and outer. As such, there are 4 tenets of success to consider in your journey of life leadership. Number 1, success is self-prescribed. 2, success comes through you, not to you. 3, success is a habit. 4, success is a side effect of your commitment to your life purpose. Consider Table 2, success, being, doing, active, passive. The 4 tenets of success fit into a model of being, doing, active, passive. Let's now discuss them in turn. Number 1, success is self-prescribed. Active being. Success, it must be emphasized, should be self-prescribed. You decide how success is defined. This means being proactive in knowing who you want to be and what you want to do, then defining and describing all its parameters. It also means you shouldn't rely on others or society to tell you what they think success for you should be. Most people will only value in you what they value in themselves, which is normally how much money you earn, who you've married, what car you drive, your level of education, your ideal physique, where you live, and what job you have. They'll be more than happy to tell you what they think is right for you and judge you on your ability to live up to their expectations. In my earlier career as a junior pediatrician, I was outwardly successful, at least in the eyes of what other people expected and deemed as successful. Yet inwardly, I was a disaster zone. I was constantly negative to myself and others. I was quick to anger and slow to forgive. I felt stuck in a career I didn't want and sick of a life that wasn't my choosing. I had followed the path of least resistance, the well-trodden path of school, university, or trade, job, and career. The problem with this typical pathway is that the decisions we make as 18-year-olds determine the path we take throughout our entire life. Unfortunately, 18-year-olds don't really know what they want to do for the rest of their life. How can they? They're far too young and inexperienced to know, which is what young adulthood should be about: getting experience, trying new things, failing early and learning from your mistakes. Then after a period of years, some necessary life experience has been gained to permit you an educated choice on the path you should follow. But this rarely happens. What usually happens is that 18-year-olds make decisions on their future based on what others expect of them. They then embark on a career path that might look good on paper but might not be right in the real world. Decades pass, the 18-year-old becomes 28, 38, 48, 58, and at some point begins to wonder if they have made the right decision all those years ago. They have a niggling feeling that something is missing. They yearn to do something they love, not forced to do through economic or social necessity. Most of all, they have a deep craving to become the person they thought they always would be, before it's too late. This sequence of events is common, and it usually results from following someone else's idea of what's best. Your life, though, is so much more than what others define for you, and your personal definition of success is just that, yours. There's a you in success, and that means you. This also means you shouldn't compare yourself to ultra-successive people either. As alluring as it may be, aspiring to a life of the super rich or super powerful may turn out to be self-limiting and self-defeating. Success, as we've said, is a personal brand. It depends on your unique set of circumstances. It's specific to only you. Nobody else knows you like you do. Only you know what success looks like from your point of view. So don't measure your success with someone else's ruler. Be deaf to what others tell you is best. Sit down with your thinking hat on, take ownership of who you want to be and what you want to do, and get very clear on how success looks for you. Number 2, success comes through you, not to you. Passive being. There are 2 types of income, active and passive. Active income is where you work for your money. Passive income is where your money works for you. But to get passive income, you need to invest capital. To get passive success, you likewise need to invest time and effort into your life purpose and the person you wish to be. As a life leader, you need to invest 100% in your own personal brand of success, and more importantly, in yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Financial advisors will tell you to divest your portfolio and don't put all your eggs in one basket. But that's exactly what life leaders do. They put all their eggs in one basket and run with it. It really can't happen any other way. It's you we're talking about here, nobody else. It's your success and prosperity we're interested in, not somebody else's. This means being true to yourself. It means being you in every conceivable situation, every second of the day, repeatedly, relentlessly. But first you need to define who you are. You need to stand true to your beliefs in yourself and what you represent. Totally. Don't be anything other than you. Don't try to be someone else, because success, even greatness, is first built on the foundation of you. In fact, you, who you really are, is the only foundation on which your personal brand of success can be achieved. It can't be based on anyone else, because then it would be their success, not yours. And there's a you in success for a reason. Therefore, make your foundation, your ideal you, a rock on which to build your success. Your success and prosperity then, as you will experience along your life leadership journey, comes through you, not to you. It comes through who you are and what you are being. As the philosopher and writer James Allen reminded us in his book, As a Man Thinketh, men do not attract that which they want, but that which they are. Therefore, look no further than what's inside you, who you are, what you're made of, to find what you're looking for. That's your power. Number 3, success is a habit, active doing. Life leaders know that success isn't a secret treasure waiting for you to stumble upon and discover its whereabouts. Success is an act of creation. Any type of winning, any type of achievement, any type of accomplishment is created through a process of hard work, determination, and unyielding will, which is why it's a habit. No doctor, no scientist, no teacher, no engineer, no lawyer ever achieved their level of academic success by not studying hours and hours per week for 3, 5, even 6 years or more at university or college. No elite athlete, no footballer, no basketballer ever made the team by not turning up to practice, by not maintaining a professional level of fitness, by not going the extra mile in pursuit of their goal. No artist, no writer, no dancer, no singer, no musician ever received critical acclaim by not dedicating themselves to their craft, by not spending tens of thousands of hours painting, writing, dancing, singing, or practicing their instrument. Dreams don't become real because they are wished into existence. Dreams happen after 10, 15, even 20 years of effort, sometimes more. Just as faith without works is dead, if you have the dream but not the drive, if you have the motive but not the effort, it probably won't happen. Not unless you're extremely lucky, and even then the chances are it won't last very long. Why? Because the foundations on which your success can be sustained haven't been built. The scientist who discovers the cure for a seemingly incurable disease, the athlete that gets chosen to represent their country at the Olympic Games, the ballerina who lands a position at the Royal Ballet School, know that they haven't achieved success overnight. It's taken years of determination, dedication, and perspiration. Habit is the life leader's go-to process, the habit of right being, right thinking, right action. Number 4, success is a side effect of your commitment to your life purpose, passive doing. Although illness in infancy left her deaf, mute, and blind, Helen Keller broke through her disabilities and empowered herself to live a rich and fulfilling life. She wrote, "Many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose." There is probably no greater motivation than to work for something bigger than yourself, whether it's fighting for a worthy cause, working for a business you believe in, playing for a sporting team, getting involved in a community project. The important factor is to find something bigger than yourself and commit to it. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the 19th century American essayist and lecturer, advised us to hitch our wagon to a star. Like the Big Dipper, which looks like a wagon hitched to a star, doesn't it? When you think big, plan big, and act big, you'll find favor with the universe. But whatever cause you align yourself with, whatever purpose you devote yourself to, your first need is commitment and dedication to that cause or purpose. On average, it's estimated that 80% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years, although it's probably more like 50%. Whatever the true figure is, there's one predominant reason small businesses succeed or fail: commitment. Lack of commitment, or rather lack of total commitment, invariably spells failure. Strong, firm, unwavering commitment can be the very thing that turns the odds in favor of success. But if you're reading this and 1,001 excuses pop into your head as to why you can't do what you always wanted to do, then I'm sorry to say you're simply not committed. You're not committed to your dreams, and you're not committed to yourself. You don't want it bad enough. Like my younger gunner self, I wasn't committed to writing the book I always wanted to write. My commitment was lacking because my commitment to myself and my life purpose was built on sand, and my want was weak. I thought I was a doer, but I was only fooling myself. I had a desire to do what I wanted to do, but had no commitment because I didn't have the courage to invest myself in my dreams and purpose in life. The outcome was neither here nor there. I didn't want it that badly. Yet once you make the commitment to the person you were born to be and the path you were meant to follow, you will learn that success and prosperity is a natural outcome or side effect of that journey.